This news update is brought to you by...
This is how we flow. Oh, the offers are quite exciting, and the prices will leave you smiling. Everybody's got a cheerful glow.
Get 2 months of free movies and more when you sign up for Flow TV this Christmas.
This is the Barbados Today evening updates for Tuesday, December 22nd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Barbados has recorded 65 cases of the H1N1 virus, better known as swine flu, this year, but there have been no positive cases since November 21. However, the Ministry of Health is assuring the public that the necessary measures are being put in place to protect residents. The assurance comes on the heels of reports that neighboring Trinidad and Tobago had recorded 4 deaths as a result of the virus. Several other Caribbean countries have been putting measures in place to stem the spread of swine flu. However, health officials here say weekly surveillance for cases of influenza, including laboratory testing, have been ongoing, and they are reminding the public to help reduce the transmission of the virus by practicing good respiratory hygiene measures. That includes, but not limited to, frequent and proper hand washing, covering your nose and mouth when coughing and sneezing, and discarding used tissues in a covered garbage can. Restructuring Erdiston Teachers Training College will be a top priority item for Education Minister Ronald Jones in the new year. Minister Jones tells Barbados Today both the infrastructure and the institution's programs are in need of revamping in order to further the development of the island's educators.
We will continue our program. There are many things to continue to roll out during the course of the year of 2016. We have to ensure that those teachers who need further professional development can get that. We are restructuring Erdiston both in its infrastructure and in its program offerings, because we have to build a cadre of teachers. A lot of them are young. Many of the teachers of the past have in fact retired. So we have some excellent young teachers, well qualified, and we need to ensure that that pedagogy is further strengthened. So we will continue that. We will continue building out the infrastructure, replacing that part of the infrastructure that is bad, putting in nursery schools to keep working from age 3 right through possibly to age 18 as we further build out those persons at post-secondary education as well.
At the same time, Minister Jones says he is hoping for a more productive sector for 2016, given 2015 challenges.
As we look forward to 2016, that we will be able to be more productive as a society, that we will be more efficient as a society, that we move away from some of the harshness which we have experienced during 2015, that the young people coming up in Barbados would realize that it is for them that we build out this society, it's for them that we do this type of development. So we want them all on board to help build Barbados.
The Minister of Transport and Works, Michael Lashley, is also looking to improve efficiency in his ministry in the new year. Of particular focus for him is the transport system.
The whole concept of public transport in Barbados is to ensure that persons who are in need of public transport, that is accessible to them. We are now looking at ways and means in terms of how we can improve the transport system. We have to get extra buses. We have a very senior fleet, and with buses years old, you're going to have issues. So we are seeking now to do a two-pronged approach, to import some buses and also to employ local Barbadians to build the bus bodies and to use chassis that are imported, so we can further develop that manufacturing industry that used to build buses before. And also it'll be value added, also it will save foreign exchange, and also it will bring about employment.
As such, he's hoping that the Transport Authority Service Integration Project, TASI, which was launched at the beginning of this month, will be successful.
Of course, you have in all ministries in terms of the finances of the ministries, but of course we have to put what we deem as priority items, put them in place, make sure we do them in the most efficient manner. And I think that I'm looking forward to see how the TASI project will grow, the Transport Integration Project. I'm very eager, and in terms of the next 3 months, to see how that will go. But it's a new concept, and from my understanding, it's working well. I do not have details at this moment, but hopefully we will go back, when we go back in the new year, we'll have meetings with the operators to see what are the shortcomings, how we can improve it, and of course, how we can expand it too.
In sports, Barbados' number 2 ranked player Hayden Lewis will contest the Barbados Lawn Tennis Association's top 8 invitational tournament finals tomorrow against Adam Hornby at the National Tennis Center. The 5-day tournament featured the members from the Barbados Davis Cup team, top juniors and overseas-based college players, who are all trying to impress national selectors for a chance to make the final cut for the Davis Cup team. In the first semi-final match played on court 1 this morning, Hornby, a student of Dalton State University, continued his unbeaten performance in the tournament when he slammed Matthew Hutchinson in a convincing fashion, 6-1, 6-3 in the best-of-3 sets. Hutchinson, a university student at Southern Illinois, just could not match up to Hornby, who looked focused from the inception and finished top of Group 1. In the second semi-final, Davis Cup player Hayden Lewis defeated Adams' brother Richardson Hornby 6-3, 6-7, and that's 7-6. Action in the final and third place playoff between Richard Hornby and Matthew Hutchinson starts at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Tennis Center.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It was days before Christmas. I had so much to do. Shopping, more shopping, and I was feeling blue. There's a mother, father, a wifey, and friend. Lots of things to buy, but there was no money to spend. I found the answer. The BT shopping spree. 15,000 in goodies. Free, free, free. It's easy to enter. Nothing hard to do. Follow my instructions and a winner can be you. Visit facebook.com/Barbados today. Do it quickly and fill out your form to enter this spree. Look, I'm shopping at the Cost You Less Mega Store. Come down, fill your trolleys with goodies and more. And like me, you too can say, ho, ho, ho.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To regional developments now, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, says his administration is moving towards reviving the ailing economy, but without going to the International Monetary Fund. He urged citizens to acknowledge that there are going to be some restrictions on spending, but he says he does not want his administration to be classified as an austerity government. Over in the Bahamas, frustrated nurses get immediate relief after taking their grievances over outstanding pay straight to the office of the Prime Minister, Perry Christie. The details from Carla Palmer of ZNS News.
Once again, the response from Prime Minister the Right Honourable Perry Christie to the nurses' outstanding concerns has not only been duly noted, but favourably addressed. The meeting, which lasted just under an hour, was all it took for the President of the National Congress of Trade Unions, John Pinder, to declare to ZNS News the issues resolved.
The PHA nurses were paid, public health nurses were not paid. The Prime Minister, as the Minister of Finance, would have been able to say whether or not finances were in place or not. So we spoke to Mr. Simon Wilson, who's the Deputy Financial Secretary, who was able to say that Ministry of Health is in a position to make payments. Spoke to the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Marco Rose from the Ministry of Health, who has now indicated that a cabinet paper has been completed, that the Minister of Labour will take that to cabinet sometime today to get that approved, and these nurses ought to be paid by some treasury voucher no later than Wednesday.
According to Pinder, payments are outstanding for 189 nurses, including 66 who recently graduated in May and have only been receiving a stipend as opposed to the full salary they are entitled to.
And finally, the French Interior Minister is reporting that law enforcement officials have foiled a terror attack on police and army personnel in the Orleans region. He said 2 men, ages 20 and 24, were arrested last weekend and are being questioned. Both are thought to have been in contact with a Frenchman who is believed to be in Syria, and officials are trying to determine whether that Frenchman, who is thought to be a jihadist, ordered the attack. According to the minister, lawmen have prevented 10 attacks in France so far this year. Last month, 130 people were killed in Paris in the worst terrorist attack in decades. That's our Barbados Today evening update, but you can join us again tomorrow morning for the very latest. You can also visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb for more news and sports. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.